Howdy, partner. Should be good enough. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dana, aka Blondie Knots here on YouTube, and I am so excited, guys. Today is my first crochet video back after my moving hiatus. I'm so excited to be here and be creating things with you guys again. So today I have a rootin' tootin' video planned for you, so buckle up. If you watched my summer inspo crochet video, then you know one of the things on my list was a crochet cowboy hat. So I figured what better day than today to knock one of those items off the bucket list and create a cowboy hat. In that video, a lot of you guys left me some really good suggestions and ideas on how to keep the integrity of the brim of the cowboy hat and really make sure it has a nice sturdy construction and stays in that infamous cowboy shape. So I'm really excited to start working this pattern up and try some of those tips and tricks you guys all left me. Other than that, guys, I really don't think there's anything else to say about this pattern before we get started. This is a paid pattern I bought off of Etsy. The seller's name is made by Howdy. I will of course link them in the description box in case you're interested in checking out their shop, supporting another small business. And if you want to make a cowboy hat similar to mine, definitely check this creator out. Right now, I'm gonna go corral all my materials up so we can talk about them, and let's get right into it. Okay, so before we start our project, let's go over materials we're going to need today. First thing we're going to need to complete this project, at least for me in my cowboy hat, is a 5.5mm crochet hook. The pattern does call for a 5mm. I'm sizing up to a 5.5 because BHE stands for big head energy. So I need a little bit bigger hook so that this thing comfortably fits on my dome, because confession for you, I got a big head. So I'm gonna use a 5.5, but the pattern does call for a 5mm. Next thing on the list we're going to need is some Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. I am using this one. This is not in the DK weight. This is just in their regular weight 4. And the colorway I'm gonna use is called Cafe au Lait. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the color I'm going to be using. So these are the only mandatory things I'm going to need for this pattern. I am using cotton yarn because it is summer, and I am using a boring color like brown because I do want this to actually be something I gravitate towards more and find actually has some wearability. I feel like if I was making it in a really fun, crazy, colorful color or putting the cute fur around the brim of the hat like she does in hers, I don't know how much wear I would actually get out of it. So that is why I'm using 1, a cotton for breathability, and 2, a boring color. But don't worry about the boring color because we have a very fun thing called accessories. So a hat band is the first thing I grabbed to actually make sure this cowboy hat isn't boring and is still fun. So this is the first hat band I grabbed. This is going to be the center, obviously, so it's got that cute little bit of turquoise, still tying in the brown, all that stuff. So I did grab this one as my primary, and I do have a little backup one here just in case I don't love this one. I will link all the stuff on Amazon that I grabbed in case you are interested in adding some of the same accessories to your cowboy hat. Next thing I grabbed here is some feathers. So I did grab these. I'm not exactly sure why I grabbed these yet, but I'm thinking, my thought at least right now, is the strings you have to make to like tie the cowboy hat to your head or just let them hang. I thought maybe at the ends of the strings I would attach some feathers so they like hang out lower, and it kind of gives 2015 when we were all wearing feathers in our hair. So I thought that'd be like a fun touch to add there. I don't plan on doing the traditional like feather in the hat type of dealio, but I thought this would just add a different element to the cowboy hat. So we'll see how that goes, but that's kind of my vision at the moment for what I'm thinking. And last but not least, to make the transition of the feathers as seamless as possible, I got some beads. So I have a bunch of different sized wooden beads in here, and I just thought that this is gonna make for an easy way to add the connection, so I could just pop a bunch of super glue in these and then shove the top of the feather up into there. Again, I have no idea. Another thought would just be to take the beads and kind of use it as the zoop part of the head strap. So Who knows? These are all just thoughts going into it. I just wanted to make sure I had everything I could think of before I started this project. It's always good to have a little bit too much than not enough. So that's everything I needed to show you and talk about. I'm just gonna hop right into crocheting and get working on this hat, and I'll give you a little update once I have one for you. Hi guys, so it's actually a few days later and I have not made too much progress on the cowboy hat, but I did want to show you what I do have. So this is kind of a bigger update, I guess, just because I was going to update you once I got to this part, but I got on and did a crochet and chat on my channel. If you're interested in watching that or haven't seen one before, I do these quite often where I just work on a project with you and we just talk about silly goose things. But anyways, this is what I have so far. Let me know if I should just keep it like this. Is it a vibe? Is it a look? I have about 5 or 6 more rows of just no increases, no decreases, just regular crochets all the way around. 5 more rounds of that. And then we are going to start working the fun parts, which is the brim and whatnot. I'm excited to get into that stuff. I'm thinking, just thinking ahead here, for the brim, I think I'm going to double up and double strand it just to even give it a little more sturdiness, because she did use an acrylic on hers. And since I'm using a cotton, I think mine's like a little bit more flimsy, which is totally fine. I don't mind, but I think just double stranding it will help me. The more I've been thinking about it as I'm working, I think it'll definitely help keep the brim in that shape. And then if need be, I'll go into your guys' tips and tricks, which, by the way, thank you if you left a tip on the cowboy hat. But yeah, so I just wanted to check in that this is our update. We have, like I said, about 5 more rounds and then we start working the fun stuff. So far, I think the fit is gonna be okay. Like I told you, I sized up to a 5.5 millimeter, which is insane how tight my tension is, because after I measured it at the circle part, you're supposed to measure to make sure your sizing is accurate to hers. My sizing with a 5.5 millimeter and trying to be a little bit looser was still the same sizes that she gave with the 5 millimeter. And I'm like, dang it. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but hopefully we'll be okay and it'll still fit in the end. I think it's gonna be okay though. I'm just looking in the viewfinder. I know there's gonna be a little bit of stretch, but the last thing I wanna do is make it too big and then it looks ridiculous as well. So that's our only gamble right now. But other than that, let me work up these 5. I think I'll either have this project honestly done late tonight, depending on how my evening goes, or early tomorrow. So this is a really quick make if you're interested in looking for something fast to make for the summer. Anyway, enough talking. I'll never get it finished if I keep chatting, but I just wanted to let you know this is where we're at, and I'll come back once I start working the brim of the hat. Okay, so really that took no time at all. I just did my first round of the brim and I am thinking that the double stranding is still gonna be a good idea. I'm not entirely sure, but you can see here, it's a lot thicker there obviously than it is here. I think the thing I will like about double stranding the brim is that I don't mind the holes here. Like, that's kind of cute. It looks like the straw cowboy hats that you can get, so that's fine, but I definitely don't want it to be as wholly on the brim, I think. So I think still I am happy that I decided to double strand the brim. Again, I won't know for probably a couple more rounds, but I just wanted to let you know that we're now working on the brim part. So we just have like a little beanie now almost, and still fitting okay. Definitely glad I sized up a hook size though. I think that did help a lot. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna start working at the brim, and I'm assuming somehow or another it's gonna start taking shape. I'll update you when I have a little more progress. Right now, this is what we got. You know, as I keep working this now, I'm a little bit concerned about the double stranding because I'm really hoping that's not going to change the shape of the brim at all and make it wavy. You know, if it's like too bulky, you can start getting unwanted waves and dips in it. So I don't know. She doesn't have any progress pictures of this exact part. So I think I'm gonna finish this round, break for the gym, take a minute to think about it, go work out, and then come back and get back to it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little bit afraid that it's going to get ripply. So we will, we'll see. But that's kind of my only reservations right now at the moment about the double stranding. Otherwise, the sturdiness is definitely good. I'm just hoping it doesn't add any ripples. Kind of didn't think about that at all. But okay, we'll see what happens, I guess. If we hate it and it ripples, we'll just pull it back and do one strand. I don't want to, but we'll see what happens. Hey babe, it's a new day. I finished that row like I told you I was gonna do yesterday, and then after I got back from working out, I did this thing, and let me know in the comments if you sometimes do the same, but I get so demotivated almost. I can't think of what the word is I want on a project when I feel like something's gonna go wrong coming up, and it like makes me scared to keep going and find out. I'm still really concerned about having that wavy effect on the hat. Let me just show you where we're at right now with it. It's just looking like this. So hold on, let me make sure I get you the front. Okay, there we go. Oh, ooh, it's kind of taking shape now. Okay, look. You can kind of see it coming together. Let's do a try on here. Sorry, I have to look in the viewfinder for this so I can try to get it. I mean, clearly it looks ridiculous right now, but it actually might be fine. So here's my plan. We're gonna keep working this brim up. I'm feeling like we might need to add a couple extra rows because I think we only have maybe like 2 or 3 more rows of the brim, and I definitely want it to be a lot larger than this. Sorry, I just have to keep looking at it because it is very interesting, but the fit is good. So I'm super glad about that. BHE is under control, which is amazing. What I did want to say really quick was that one of the tips I got for doing this bucket, I keep wanting to call it a bucket hat. One of the tips I got for doing this cowboy hat is that people were saying to use Mod Podge on the sides if I'm having trouble with shaping or keeping it upright. Like right now it's staying okay, but as it gets bigger, obviously it'll probably sink a little more or droop or whatever. So I'm definitely not opposed to putting Mod Podge on it. I will definitely be finishing this today, 100%, no doubt about it. It's not that late in the day. It's like 2:30 now. So I'll definitely be able to finish this off. But yeah, just wanted to let you know it's a new day. This is as far as we made it yesterday, just because I got anxious about it going wrong, but that's just how I do sometimes. So I'm gonna get back to work on this, and then I'll update you once I get the correct amount of rows. I'll let you know if I'm gonna go a little bit further than she recommends. But other than that, actually very comfortable. Like I'm very surprised about how good it's feeling so far. So far I'm happy. I'm definitely happier than I was yesterday before I tried it on. I should have just tried it on and see, because like, see like this. Oh, of course now it's gonna look fine and make me look crazy, but it was just looking so ripply and I was so scared I was gonna have to restart it. I did not want to restart it, but looks like we might be in some good luck. So I will meet back up with you in a little bit. Good news and an update. We have 2 rows left. There was actually quite a few more rounds than I thought. I don't know why I thought there was only 2 rounds left. I think I actually had 1, 2, 4. Oh, okay. There's 2 rows left. This is the back. Here's, oh, it's looking very Captain Jack Sparrow at the moment. Don't love that. But you can see it's definitely taking the correct shape now. I'm very much feeling confident in it as it starts to become either a very like farmery sun hat, maybe mysterious woman at the pool, or it can just be a cowboy hat. So the pattern does have a trick. That's why I have some stitch markers on both sides, you can see. So we'll see if that works. But like I said, don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm not opposed to the Mod Podge idea. Let me show you the back really quick. Scoot around. I hope the back is like really starting to take shape. I can't see if I showed you, but hopefully so. I'm going to finish these last couple rounds and then we'll figure out how we're going to secure it so it'll stay in shape. It's actually staying right now, okay? And then we're gonna do all the fun parts that aren't a part of the pattern. All my little fun ideas to make this cowboy hat a little bit more glamorous, maybe a little bit more Bratz doll. I don't know if they have any cowboy hats, but I feel like they would. We definitely need some pops of color in it. So that'll be the fun part and that's what we'll do next. So far, this has been such a quick make and very inexpensive. This is my first skein that I was working with and here's the second one I was working with, and I've only been using this much because like I said, I double stranded it. So if you have some scrap yarn laying around, this could be a really good project for you to make with some scrap yarn. Anyway, I can't stop touching it. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work. I'll catch you in a minute. What are you looking at, partner? Okay, so as you can see, we have the hat basically finished. I did go look on Made by Cloudy's Instagram page to see if they kind of talked about this little special technique they use to kind of maintain the shape of the cowboy hat, and they did clearly show that they use buttons on the side. So I just wanted to make sure before I showed you and talked about it that it wasn't like giving something away that was part of buying the pattern. As you can see here, I added some buttons to each side. I just used, you know, brown, but I did at least go scavenge through my moving boxes and found these brown buttons, and they actually stayed fine. They're very low key because they're so tiny and brown, but I'm glad that they are able to really help keep the shape of the hat. And also I did notice, like when I first put the buttons on, it was very flat. The hat was like this, and I'm sure some people probably like that look, but I wanted mine to be a little more like beefy. What is the word I'm looking for? Fuller look maybe. So with the buttons there, I'm actually able to just push out the sides completely. I don't even think I'm gonna need Mod Podge for this. Like, this is really helping keep the integrity of the hat. So I'm super happy with this. I think it looks great. Next thing we need to do is just basically accessorize. We do have to still add our little chin strap thing, little zoop zoop tie. I still don't know what to call it, so we're calling it the zoop zoop. But before we do that, let me grab the band so we can kind of take a look at what band we want on the hat. So our main contender is this one. I just really thought this one was so pretty. I think it would add some cute color and fun. So what I'm gonna do is just unbutton the sides of the hat here so it comes back down into like a very sun farmer hat look. Let me add this on and we'll kind of see what it looks like. I'm debating whether or not I want to add some like chains to the actual hat itself to almost make belt loops, if you will, for this to stay properly. But actually it feels, I know when I take it off though, it'll probably fall out. So I probably will end up doing that. I'll let you know if I do. Just gonna button this back on. I'm getting so excited about this hat now. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I was so stressed about it yesterday for nothing, but that is really the story of my life. Sorry, I'm back in the viewfinder. I know, but I need to make sure it's even. I mean, come on with that. Okay, actually, I think I'm completely obsessed with this one, and I think this is the one I'm gonna keep on the hat. It just seems like it was made for this hat. I really like it. I will show you though the other one. I don't think I really showed you in the intro this other one I was working with, but it's way more, I don't know, almost seemed more beachy, but I did like all the turquoise elements of it. So, okay, let's just put this one on and see, just in case. I want you guys to vote in the comments. Tell me which one you like better. Well, shouldn't have done that because now I feel like we have a problem. This one's really cute. Dang. It's actually just a totally different look though. So I might keep both so I can interchange them, but this is really darling, this one. I love the little, what is this, twine almost pieces. I love the little twine element to add some texture, and I really like the stars, the little stars. I think I'm gonna post a small poll on Instagram and get some votes there for which one I'll use for the reveal. But basically now what I'm gonna do is, let me take it off really quick and see if it'll actually just stay on the hat fine. Oh, it does. Okay, I think the loops might actually be unnecessary to create the little belt loops idea to keep the hat band on. I feel like that's gonna stay fine because of the buttons. The buttons was such a great idea. This creator, 2 thumbs up for the idea of the buttons. I would have never thought about that, and here I was thinking I was gonna have to do like a whole Mod Podge experiment. So that, what a great idea, what a great idea. Let me see, what else do I need to say? Oh yeah, now we're gonna do the zoop zoop tie and add the feathers and the beads and then we'll go to the reveal. We'll give it its full cowboy, howdy, podunk moment. And then we can talk about the pattern after. We'll wrap it up, kind of go over what I really liked about it, what I kind of wish maybe was different, and if I will make one again. So all that being said, let me head over to making the straps, and then we're basically done. Like I said, what a quick make, what a lovely make, what a cheap make. I'm super, super impressed with their pattern. I think sometimes you just realize you're too old to be sitting on the floor all day. So I'm in a chair now because my back is killing me. But I'm here now and I'm just doing my last part, like I said, the little chin strap thing. Right now, I'm doing a Romanian cord. I'm gonna see how I feel about this. I really don't know yet, but I don't really wanna just do a chain and leave it at that. I wanna do like a little more something. I don't know. Sometimes for me, a chain just like, it's not finished enough for me, if that makes sense. Maybe if I was using an acrylic, it'd be fine, but I'm gonna go for the Romanian cord. I'll tell you how that goes after, if I like it better or if I end up just doing chains. We'll see, honestly, who knows? Another quick little update. We're going to be pivoting our strap idea. I don't know why I can't just take the easy route and just chain it, but of course I have to do something more difficult. So as I'm working my Romanian cord, like I showed you before, I just honestly think it's going to be a little bit too thick and a little too bulky for my liking. So I just went on YouTube and typed in a crochet cord. I found a tutorial for it. I will definitely link it in the description in case you want to try it out too. But it essentially makes like a fishtail braid almost. It's very pretty and I really think it's gonna be great. Okay, so my camera just died in the middle of that. But basically all I was saying is I'm gonna do that fishtail style braid cord instead of the Roman cord we were doing because it's just a lot thinner and all that good stuff. And while my camera was recharging, I did run over to Joann. Instead of those giant beads that I did have, I got these. So much smaller, much cuter than this. Ooh. Like, what was I thinking? Sometimes I look back at things I bought and I'm like,
what was I thinking when I got this?
So I'll need to return these, but I just forgot them. I had to rush out really quick before they closed for the day. They closed pretty early today, but I wanted to show you really quick and also mention that I sized down to a 4.5 millimeter hook to work this cord. Just again, so it would be thinner. Here's the cord again, and here's what it looks like all finished up. And then I had time while you guys were charging to string on these beads that fit fine. And then I have the little feather on the bottom. So when it's hanging off the hat, it'll be something like this. Super cute, fun, adds a little bit of extra pizzazz, flair to the whole thing. So I'm just gonna repeat that process for the other side and then the hat is done. I decided not to post a poll on Instagram about it because I don't wanna give it away what the final outcome is before Monday's video, which is this video obviously. So I just decided not to do that and I went with the band one. I love it. It'll be fun to interchange them, but something about this one just gives it like a real finishing touch. So I'm keeping that. Gonna make this, and then the next time I see you will be at the reveal. And stick around because after the reveal I have something really exciting to share with you. It may or may not be a giveaway, so stick around because when we go over pattern, final thoughts, all that stuff, I will give you all the details on the giveaway there. So I will see you at the reveal. Like I said, I'm just gonna finish this other side up, attach them onto here inside like that, so they'll just be hanging off and it'll be all said and done. I'll see you then.
Yeah.
Well guys, I am back home now. As you can clearly see, I had to change. It's just absolutely sweltering outside, but I did want to put the hat back on for the outro. So I just wanted to go over a couple little things about this pattern. One, I just really wanted to drive home that this is such a good pattern. It was so easy to follow, so simple, like I was saying, so quick, cost effective. You could definitely make this with some scrap yarn, and just huge hats off, literally, to the creator Made by Cloudy. Definitely don't hesitate to check out this pattern if you are interested in trying out a wearable, if you haven't made one before, or you're looking to make a cowboy hat. This is a great option for you. And if you have never made a wearable before, this could be a great place to start. It's very beginner friendly, very straightforward, to the point, and there's no special stitches or anything you need to know to create this pattern, so I would highly recommend. I also have to give it a big thumbs up for head inclusivity. Like I said a couple of times in this video, I do have a larger head, so I'm so glad this was able to fit me just perfectly. Actually, it's completely comfortable. I have actually even plenty of room, so I probably even could have used the 5mm like they suggested in the pattern instead of the 5.5, but like I said, I just like to be careful and cautious just to make sure it fits me well. And overall, I'm just really impressed with the construction of the hat. I think this shape is just spot on. They really nailed it. 10 out of 10. I cannot say enough good things about this pattern. The only things I didn't like is just that the top of my hat is very round. I wish it was a little more squared off, but I know that's just because I used a cotton yarn and not the acrylic like they did in their pattern. So it has a little more of that cowboyish shape on top, but it doesn't bother me. I think it looks totally fine. And to make this more wearable for me, I think probably I wouldn't keep my little feathers and strings on here. It is fun and cute, but I think if I was gonna wear this in my backyard while I'm gardening, which is kind of my visioning for it, I'd probably take these off. But it was fun, and I had a lot of fun adding them for the videos. I also just love that this pattern is so customizable. You could really take any route you wanted with this pattern. And so that kind of brings me to what I hinted at earlier. I know I did say that I would possibly be doing a giveaway, so I do have my giveaway sitting right here for you. Let me grab it. So yes, I made another hat, and it is for you. Now this one I did make in an acrylic yarn. This is just some scrap yarn I had left over in a vision I had in my head. I've been really obsessed with cherries lately, and so I wanted to give that a try on this hat and just make a completely separate version of what my hat is. So this one I think just came out so beautifully. I love it. Making it with the acrylic, I didn't have to double strand the bottom of the hat. It stayed in shape perfectly. Everything about it was just really amazing. So I would actually recommend, if you're making this, to use an acrylic, because it just came out perfectly in the acrylic yarn, in my personal opinion. Now let's talk about this hat a little bit. Like I said, I did go for a cherry theme. I wanted to show you too the border here. I did add an entire row of red scalloping around the border of this hat. I just thought it gave it a little bit more pizzazz, a little more fun. Clearly there is a double cherry on the front with their little leaves. I just thought that was really fun too. And then on the side here, I did add these gorgeous little pink buttons to hold it back instead of like how mine had the brown. I just thought it needed something extra fun and just interesting. So I put the little hearts on for that. And then the strings on this one is actually my favorite part. So the little head strap area here, on one side I did a little flower here, and then the other side I did a double cherry with the leaves. I just thought that was such a fun way to wrap up this hat. I just kept having idea after idea as I was making it, and I just kept wanting to add more fun things to it. So if you would be interested in winning this hat, plus some other little cherry goodies I might throw in there. 1, just make sure you're subscribed to my channel. 2, make sure you click the like button on this video. And 3, comment down a cherry emoji below, or yeehaw is also an acceptable form of entry. So just do those 3 little things there. If you want to go follow me over on Instagram, I'm Blondie Knots on Instagram. It's not a mandatory thing, because I know a lot of my friends on here do not have Instagram, but it certainly doesn't hurt your chances of winning if you do. This giveaway will be open to my United States friends only. So if you're interested in winning this and you live in the United States, please do not forget to follow those steps I just listed above. And I will be announcing the winner of the giveaway in next Monday's video, the 29th. So you have all week to enter. I'll pick my winner on Sunday the 28th, and then I will announce it in my video on the 29th. So just make sure you follow those quick little steps, and this can be all yours. Other than that, guys, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed my first video back. I had so much fun filming it. I just thought this little giveaway was such a fun way to kind of ring in the new space and celebrate another milestone. We have probably about 10K more of you on here than last time I did a giveaway, so that's just incredible in itself. Thank you so much for being here. If you are subscribed, just know I appreciate you so much, and I feel so blessed and grateful to have each and every one of you here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in winning the giveaway. Also, if you're new here and you feel like subscribing and sticking around, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday. And as always, guys, thank you so much for letting me take up a little bit of your time here on the internet today. I will be seeing you in my next one. Bye!